Let me do that. Let me do from my side 1 second. Okay, so you started recording. Go ahead.
Cool. So let me introduce my family. We are the part of KTA Skill. We are working as an institution that offers people to come together, to learn together, and to grow together with the latest technology that is into the market, that is the on demand into the market, so that the people will grow themselves as a techie and improve their confidence, improve their capabilities, improve their IQ, and believe in themselves that yes, I can do, yes, I will do. AT skill offers trainings, not trainings, it's a part of knowledge sharing. We offer the sharing of knowledge in different domains, different technologies, with hands-on experience in projects, in discussions, in communication skills, in interview processes, and many other things. We are not focusing only to grow yourself into a technical knowledge, but also we want you to be capable on all the domains like soft skill, mailings, discussions, group discussions, how to put your thoughts, how to think about how to grow your analytical capabilities. Once all these capabilities will be grown up, you will be a techie, and that is the motive of KT skill. That is why it's a KT skill. It is knowledge plus technical skills. Fine. So, Apple. So whenever we think about the Apple, so the first thing that came into our mind is iPhone. I suppose yes, everyone knows. So if we think about what all other products that Apple provides, so people may think about the iPhone or the iPad or MacBook. There are other products as well, that WatchOS, that iWatch, tvOS as well. Like we are using that Amazon Fire Sticks, that kind of things. Already Apple is doing, and there are, that is the father of that Fire Stick, having n number of features. That is tvOS. So Apple was a parent organization of iOS that was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. So these were the three godfathers of Apple who founded the Apple, and they developed and founded the iOS as a programming language for the product like iPhone, iPad, or iPod. Apple is okay. Let me take you the next thing, the iOS. This is the start of the journey of not even our skill, but this was the journey of the Apple as well. The first mobile operating system that was created by Apple was
I,
iOS,
I think
and
Rishi, sorry to interrupt you. There is a voice, like I can see that your voice is breaking. So can you come in network if something is wrong with the network, or you can just improve this audio because people are reporting there is a voice breaking from your end.
is it okay now?
Yeah, looks good. Go ahead.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry for the interruption, guys. So iOS was the first of mobile operating system that was created by Apple, that was primarily developed for iPod, which later included iPhone and iPads as well. Now iPad is powered with iPad OS that was formally launched in 2019, but that is not completely moved into that. Still, iPad supports iOS. The latest version of iOS is 13, which was released in uh, 2019. Now the iOS 14 beta release is unveiled in the month of June 2020, but it is not yet unveiled for public release. So in every year, the iOS version is updated by the Apple, and they used to uh, unveil it publicly in the month of June or May, in their annual conferences. Now, if I will talk about that, I am going to share my knowledge on iOS, and you should learn and you should grow up with the iOS. Then first question that comes into the mind is why iOS? Even when I started my career, when I went to an organization for the training in iOS, the first thing was in my mind as well, then why should I go for the iOS? So coming in, I can explain you a few things that, as we all know, that today's world is of digitization and world is moving towards the digital world. In the situation of like pandemic of COVID and other, this demand has increased immensely. Before that as well, the demand of digitization and the way of culture of digital world was improved very much. That is why the iOS is playing its very important role because of its mobile capability. iOS is mainly for iPhone and iPad applications. So you can be having a handy application on mobile, iPad and iPhone. One of the most secured operating system that is proposed by Apple. That is why most of the secured applications or the mobile applications, banking applications, they rely on iOS products. And yes, even there are n number of security reasons in iOS applications, because there are security mechanisms provided by Apple before uploading it. There are guidelines to follow by the developers if they are developing an iOS application. So there are n number of things, because uh, the in the environment in which the iOS grows up, that environment itself is secured environment. So everything grows in that environment is a secured. Nowadays, App Store, App Store is a place where the iOS applications are placed. So in App Store, when iOS was launched, there was nearly 500 applications in 2008, and in 12 years, it is almost of 5 million applications that are available on App Store. And that too are the live application, meaningful applications. Nobody can upload an application without any sense. Like if you are creating an application for Hello World, you cannot upload that application on App Store. Apple himself tested, himself recognized, they himself check if the application is really having any meaning, having any sense for the customer. Then they allow an application to upload on the App Store. 5 million applications on App Store, and more than 10 million applications are enterprise applications that are working across the globe in the enterprises, that are for the people who are working for a particular organization, like if Barclays, Nestle, if anybody went to any of the Nestle offices, the Nestle offices are having their iPads and they are using their own application that is provided for the Nestle employees. So these kind of applications are enterprise applications that is used over there. So you can imagine the popularity of iOS and Apple products. Now, so if you want to jump into the ocean of iOS, you have to have the life jacket of the programming skills. The programming skill starts with Swift. So we will be having the discussions going forward on the topics of iOS with the help of Swift only. The Swift is a programming language that is developed by Apple after a lot of research. It was unveiled that Apple will be going to introduce a new programming language. Earlier it was Objective-C, though it is still there, it is not deprecated. But when Objective-C was there, then also Apple has announced that they are going to introduce a new programming skill. And after 2 years of research, they introduced Swift for beta release. And after 2 to 3 years, they said that yes, the Swift version is now stable. So this time period I am telling you because you can imagine how stable a particular programming language is and how much time an organization like Apple has invested in it to make it stable, to make it robust, to make it popular, to make it easy and adoptable to the user. So Apple has very caring nature for its developers. So they never allow anyone to disrupt or make any issues or discomfort to their developers. So that is where they have invested so much of time. Second thing in Swift is the memory management. Memory management is automatically driven by reference counting in Swift. That is, you do not need to worry much about the initializing or deinitializing the objects. Okay, before moving into that, let me tell you the Swift is not a purely but more object-oriented language. The things move in Swift as well. They are object-oriented. They addressing addresses are always in each any of the programming languages. So in Swift as well, there is a memory allocations as well. So these memory allocation deallocations are automatically handled by the compiler of Swift. The next thing is designed for Swift safety, as default Swift objects can never be nil. So as uh, if you can see, if you are aware about any of the programming language, or if you are not aware about any of the programming language, then also if you can, if you know that if you want to access any object that does not exist, the thing will be ruined out. In technical terms, if I can say that if I am trying to get any object that is not even as initialized or that is a nil, so it will be crashed. And if I can tell you a live example, if I can tell you, you have to find a person who doesn't exist, so you will be roaming like a mad. Where is that person? Where is that person? And it will be like you will be wasting your time and your mind system will get crashed out. So this is the concept that Swift never allows to inform a person to fetch for an object which does not exist. This means that any information that you will be getting from the Swift will be having full proof information about that particular object. Compatibility with the Playground is an application that is provided by Apple, very lightweight platform. Even you can install it on the iPad or on the on your Mac machine. It is very easy, and you just have to write one line of code and you will be having the output. That is the beauty of this Playground. Even in any of the language, even in the simplest language that we usually used to learn is C. In that as well, if you want to print hello world, you have to write 3 to 4 lines. But no, here you do not need to write 3 to 4 lines. You have to write single line. I'll tell you more about the Playground later. Fast and concise iterations over a range of collections, because there are fast enumerations implemented with Swift implicitly. So enumerations into the loops or the collection controls are very easy and fast over here. Structures that supports method extension protocols. This is for those techies who are already techie in some other kind of programming languages, that the other languages are not much supporting about the methods extension protocols. Though they support these in classes, interfaces, and other things, but Swift provides that kind of functionality. Functional programming patterns, that is higher order functions that is provided by Swift. In one line of code, the magic happens, like mapping filter. The data of hundreds of data can be filtered in one line through filter function in Swift. And in the last, the concept of generic tuples, optional chaining, protocol extension. Generics is you can pass generic type of, you do not need to know about what kind of return you are getting from the method, and you can pass and you can use it. Tuples is any kind of information that you can pass a function without any type. You can create and you can pass any kind of parameters to that. Optional chaining is that you do not need to worry about if a particular object is nil or not, and the Swift is handles automatically. If an object is nil, then it gives the error into the compile time only. You do not need to worry that the application will crash on the runtime or a dynamic time. It will give an error on the compile time only. Protocol extension of the Swift that I can tell you in the sessions when we will be learning that about more about the protocols. Okay, so moving on to this, let me move on to playground first. So if you guys can see my screen. Cool. If you guys can see my screen, here is the playground that I was talking about. So in this playground, you can see I have written only one line, the print KT scale, and you can see the output over here. So this is the beauty, that if you write even a single lines of code, and if you want to make clear of your concept, or if you want to learn any kind of concept, you can write simple things over here and you can get the values over here as well. So let me tell you the basics of the Swift. Like in Swift, the variables are defined with the keyword where, and the constants are defined with the keyword of let. The optional strings, that is, you want to declare a particular object, but you do not want to analyze it. That includes with this as this syntax to define it as a nil. Now, if I can show you this part. So in many of the programming languages, if you are creating a dictionary is kind of that you need to define that a particular, if you want to create an array, dictionary, it is here the dictionary is a kind of array of key in the key value pair, and that can be of any type. So I can write the string and then the integer type as well. And if you can print this, you can see the first object is of integer type and second object is of object string type. So this way you can create any kind of data values over here in the programming language itself. Now, if I can tell you the beauty of Swift and computed properties. So this, if you can see, the multiply by 2 is a variable that depends on some other variable, and it computes its value depending upon the value of this particular object. So if you can see, if you can see, I have created a structure of mathematics type, and I have declared a variable num, and I have declared a computed property that is of multiply by 2, that is will return number into 2. So if I will run this line of codes, so you can see the first time it is printing as 4, the next time it is printing as 8. So I have not given any value to multiply by 2. That is a variable. It's not a function, it's a variable. It's a variable of type integer that will compute its property, its value, depending upon the computation of that you will provide it. And this way it will compute its value and it will give you the returns. Here I can show you the iteration, that fast iteration I was telling you, that you do not need to iterate your loops with 1 to 2 or 1 to count or 1 to n. You do not need to worry about the indexing. Array out of box exceptions are gone away. You just have to fetch the names from the name from the names array, and you will be having these kind of results. So this was beauty the beauty of Swift. Now coming on what you will learn or what you will take away from the discussions, from the knowledge sharing sessions that we will be having going forwards. First is Mac environment basics. Mac basics. The Apple macOS is different from the Windows or the Microsoft products. So there are a lot of basics that needs to understand how to use the Mac machines. The Xcode and installation. Xcode is an IDE or the development kit that provided by Apple. This is the only IDE that Apple provides for its products. The native iOS application or the native Apple product applications can be developed in Xcode only. No any other IDE is available to provide the native foolproof iOS application or the Apple applications. The next is Playground that I have shown you, that how to use and what to use and where you can use. There are multiple features in the Playground as well that we can collect and we can discuss. The iOS introduction. The iOS introduction is how to use the different OS, how to check your application compatible with the different OS versions, how to test your applications on without having the actual mobile phone, the simulator, emulator, or the device. These kind of concepts can be elaborated in iOS introduction. Basic concepts of Swift that I was telling you, that the properties, methods, optional chaining, generics, tuples. The basic concept of Swift we will be discussing. Basics of UI. Any mobile application is known for its UI. The UI is user interface. Your application will be having a better popularity, or the people will love your application if your application is having the best UI and the simple UI. So basics of UI design, how to create your UI, how to develop your UI effective way with different controls like static text, scrolling, grids, table view, button, event handlers. These will be discussed in the basics of UI design. The design patterns that iOS usually use, like MVC, notifications, delegations, these kind of basics of iOS design patterns will be discussed. Projects, yes, in the when you will be capable of all these things and you will be ready to go into the war, we will create the situation of a live war, and you will be the warrior for us, and you will be responsible to win that particular war. That we need that you will, once you having the full confidence of working knowledge of iOS, not only the working knowledge, but the project knowledge of iOS as well. Then you will be working, you will be deployed to a project, you will be working on the projects. We will be having that for your support, but we are very sure you will never need the support. Quiz, test, questionnaires. Yes, this is very important thing. That will be surprise things and number of surprise things that we will be having: quizzes, questionnaires, test, sample codes, sample examples, different kind of activities we will be having throughout the sessions, so that you will learn more and you will, your analytical capabilities will come up. Mock interview sessions. Having a knowledge or the technical knowledge in the current world is not sufficient or not enough if you are not having your positive body gesture, your positive attitude, your self-confidence, your good communication skills. So that we will work on, we will discuss, we will have the mock sessions, we will kind of create dummy environment like the corporates, and you will face the similar kind of situation that people are facing after 8 to 9 years of experience in their corporates. You will face that kind of environment on yourself in a very mock part, so that you will grow up, and once you will face the real situations, you will come up like, oh, I have handled this thing earlier as well, I can do it, and you will be the champ at that time. So this is the what motive of the KT skill is. Now coming on the course specification, the course is of 70 hours. The duration of course will be of 70 hours. That includes the project as well. The concepts, UI concepts, the basics, each and everything that we will uh, include in that will be 70 hours. The mode of training is online training. Basically, it is the online training for as of now. Later on, once the COVID situations and everything will be settled down, we will figure out about the offline trainings as well. So right now, because we do not know what the situation, how the situation will be handled and going on, so we cannot commit right now, and we do not want to make any kind of false commitment or any commitment that may not be fulfilled because of any reason. We do not want to go in that kind of commitments. That is why we are saying the online training mode. But yes, we are committed towards the offline trainings as well, provided with the safety of people first. The third is mock test questionnaire quiz. The number I have written over here is 3. That is not actually the 3, but there will be a number of mock test questionnaires and quiz. The 3 is the assessments. The assess 3 times you will be assessed. You will be having kind of assessments, provide assessment that you have to submit in a given time bound, in a given situation. So that is the number of 3 mock support or mock interviews, and number of mock support and number of interviews. People over here, my family members, like people with the KT skill, they are having a numerous number of experience in their domains, and they are doing the interviews for their organizations and their other things. So we are very capable people who can tell you or who can help you to grow up in your interview skills as well. So n number of mock interviews, discussions, PDs, these are the added advantages that we will be having with the KT skill family. Okay, fine, guys. So that's all the brief introduction about iOS, Swift, Apple, KT skill, me, everything that I have delivered with you. I want this to be a more interactive session now. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I am open. The floor is open for you now. Over to you, Sandeep. If Anybody has having any question, you can allow them to ask.
Yes. Thank you, Rishi. Thanks for a nice session. So guys, if you have any doubt, any concern, it's open for everyone. You can ask Rishi for any concern related to iOS and Swift. He will be able to answer.
Hi, Rishi, this is Prakyat here. Just had a quick question. Is it possible to share some of the basic links where, we can do some self-study on these things and, try and upskill ourselves? So which you think that, is really of great help?
Yep. So if you have registered with your IDs will be having with us, so we will share the links over the mail. Will it be okay?
Now, the Prakyat question is like, if he will be going to part of KT skill, that depends, like, if really, if he's interested, definitely he will part of KT skill for learning for entire course. So his like, question is like, if he can follow some instruction before going to join this course or for like, long session, he just wanted to, as a reference, it's like, a common reference to get the some basic idea of Swift and iOS. Am I right, Prakyat?
Yeah, sure, Sandeep. So that is what I am saying, that yes, I will provide the link that Prakash will can go through and
Yeah, so it's kind of just for reference. See, this is like, one kind of institute where people will join for the demo classes, and until and unless some basic understanding, like, they have, they can't go through the for entire session. So just for idea purpose, he's asking, not for like, for entire document or things which is like, going to be shared in this particular next session or like, the course content session. So he just asking for the reference things from where we can just brush up the knowledge, and if required to join this course for the long session, definitely it will be our pleasures to join him. Am I right, Prakyat?
Yeah, that's right, Sandeep. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. So thanks, Prakyat. So definitely we'll ask Rishi to share some basic links from where you can just start understanding of basic requirement of iOS and the Swift. So definitely it will help you.
cool.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
And any other that Rajesh, Kishan, Anand, anyone?
Uh,
So uh,
what?
yes,
Uh,
go ahead, Anand.
Ritesh this side.
Hi,
Uh,
Ritesh.
I have one suggestion that is that possible, Rishi, that we can have some overview over Objective C as well, as many of the projects that comes to us is for maintenance basis, and those are very much old projects. So do we have some? Can we have some session on Objective C as well? A brief, only a brief one. Will that
Yes,
work?
Ritesh. Yes, Ritesh. So we have Objective C is completely a different language. That the brief, if you're talking about the brief, that there is nothing brief in any kind of technical skill. So we are having the different module or the different sessions for Objective C as well. That is different from the Swift.
That was only my concern. As we, as a developer or as an handling a project, we come with these projects as well, which are near about 5 to 6 years old, and that need to be maintained, and that is not possible to convert it into a Swift right now. So what developer has to do is he has to look into Objective C as well. So uh, is it feasible for us for have a small session on Objective C as well?
Yeah, Ritesh. So I can tell you the two things. First is, this is a good question that you came up. This shows that how old you are into this field. Because Objective-C is very old language. So the main focus of KT skill is to adhere with the updated technology. Swift is the updated technology. Objective-C is almost gone away. The projects that are into the maintenance phases that are only compatible with the Objective-C. There are two things. First is Objective-C itself is a big ocean. You cannot, if you are talking about that, you need a brief idea about the Objective-C. It was very tricky language. If you compare it with the Swift, and the brief about the Objective-C won't work. That is why we are having that in a different module. First thing. Second thing, Swift itself is compatible with Objective-C. Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Anand.
we are listening.
Yeah.
Sanjay.
So, yeah.
Go
Anand,
ahead. Yeah.
Anand, let me finish with Ritesh. I'll come up with you. So, and in Swift, Objective-C is compatible with Swift using some bridging headers and other things that we can always make aware about with the family, that how they can compatible their Objective-C applications with the Swift. That way we will always handle.
I am only concerned about the person or the owner of the project who has spent lakhs of rupees on his iOS project, and now we are moving toward this Swift. So any bridges between this Objective-C and Swift, so that
that we will cover. That we will cover in Swift. That we will cover.
okay,
That will cover in Swift only. That do not need the separate sessions for Objective-C.
okay, fine.
So,
Yeah.
Rishi, I have some just for basic question, that as a Swift learner or iOS learner, let's say there is no any programming background, and but people have learned basic understanding of Python. Okay, so is it good to go for learning for iOS and this Swift?
So yes, so this is what I was telling, that Swift is very simple language. The syntax is very clear. Reading a one line only, you will come to know what is going on with this particular line of code.
No,
I
my
am not
question
much.
is, I'm just comparing the programming language, which will be more comfortable to understand this Swift. There are many
that is-
programming, right? C, C++, Java, Python. So what kind of that basic understanding, which programming language should be required as a basic understanding?
I think that is made clear by Rishi while he was sharing his screen on Playground. He has shown us that how easy is to print a hello statement and print a welcome to KT skill statement. So I think that Playground is more than enough explaining that how easy is
Yes, yes.
this.
Why I am asking to him for just for a brief explanation, because might be who are not having any technical expertise, okay, and joining from fresher or something like just VTech passed out or something, that kind of people if wanted to learn this. So that basically in college life they are giving training on C, C++, Java, so and basic understanding of programming. So that's what I'm just trying to figure out, if something he can brief on this.
Yeah, so Sandeep, see, in these situations that if a person is aware about any of the technique, see, if you can uh, correlate all the technical languages, all technical languages are having the same idea and the same concept. The thing is only how they are robust,
Yes.
how they are efficient, how easy their syntaxes are. So in syntax, Swift is very easy. In efficiency, it is very fast. So it is very easy to learn.
Right. So whenever we will take a session with fresher, okay, so definitely it's a new technology in market, and if you can that explain the very basic things to them, and will encourage them to join this course, so that will be help me actually to just give the basic understanding to them. To before joining this course, some do the brush up of the the just basic programming things. So that's the reason I'm just trying to figure out from you. Thanks, Rishi. Thanks for
So Sandeep,
giving your inputs.
on
Yeah.
top of this question, I would like to share my personal experience. When I was working with one of the top MNC, so I was working as a lead over there. So uh, I got the opportunity to go for the training for the people who were placed from their college. So if people know that once a person is getting placed from a college, they used to get the training in multiple languages like C, .NET,
Right, right.
Java, and in the later stage, when it was about to complete their trainings, I was involved to give the training on Swift. So I had
Okay.
given the trainings, and it was nice experience for me that almost 70 to 80% people were over there were excited to work on iOS application only because, sir, this language is very easy. Java
Okay.
समझ में नहीं आती है. This was the statement of people. I sorry if I am talking in Hindi because the person people
No
that
worries,
I
no worries.
clearly remember that particular person. He clearly said कि सर कॉलेज टाइम से जावा पढ़ते हैं वो समझ नहीं आती है एंड एक महीने में वी लर्न स्विफ्ट एंड आई कैन राइट full programming concept on Swift by my own. So I want to work in Swift only, and if you can take me out with you in your project. So this was the golden words for me that I can remember for the lifetime.
Yeah, that's a good thing, Rishi. So definitely your experience will help here also. So I'm looking forward, Ritesh, also to coordinate with you. So thanks, Ritesh and Rishi, for this nice session, and looking forward more session from you guys. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining this call. And there is one more session today scheduled on AWS at 2 p.m. So I need to figure it out for that meeting as well. So thank you, Ritesh. I can see that that session has been recorded in my system, I think in cloud. So we'll take it out from cloud. So thank you so much, and thanks everybody for joining this call. Have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Sandeep.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Rishi.
Thanks all. Thanks
Thanks all.
people.
Bye.
Thanks.